Welcome to the Best Things Podcast. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials at Best Things Pod as well. Now, here are your hosts, Craig and Aaron.
Hello, Internets. Welcome into the Best Things Podcast. My name is Craig. Sitting along next to me, as always, head full of hair and a heart full of dreams, Aaron Brooks.
I got luscious locks.
Welcome into the show. Today. Yeah. How are we doing? You doing okay? We doing fine?
I am. I am wonderful.
We're doing extra good as University of Arkansas fans this week. Shout out to the Hogs knocking off Tennessee. You gave them no shot. You gave them no chance.
I didn't. And I don't.
You still don't.
I don't think.
You said what at the beginning of the season? You gave a win prediction of
I said 3-9 with a ceiling of 4-8.
Yeah. And you've revised that.
Yes.
To now
5-7.
5-7.
I do not believe in this team.
Even after something.
But
like
I'm still
that.
repping them.
Yeah. Well, always got to do it. I've said from the beginning the floor was 6-6. Sorry, everybody, if you don't care about sports, we're going to talk about it for just a minute. I've always said 6-6 was the floor with the possibility of 8-4, and you thought I was the craziest person in the world. Hearing that, you don't think I'm as crazy now, right? We're going to go 6-6.
I mean, I don't see it.
We have 4 wins right now. We're going to beat Mississippi State and Louisiana Tech. That's 6 wins.
I don't believe that.
You think we're going to lose to one of them?
I think we will. I think we'll lose to Mississippi State.
They are the worst team in the league.
We're right there with them, though.
How? We are nowhere statistically near them in any category.
The eye test.
We are.
Have you not watched the same team that I have?
I have.
We are not a good football team.
And somehow we've won 4 games already.
What channel am I in? Number 2?
We have already won as many games as we did last year.
Yeah.
So by lot, we're halfway through the season. By logic, you should double it.
Do you think do you think we have a good quarterback?
I think we have.
We have been frustrated with him every single week.
Absolutely.
Halfway through the season, I don't think he's getting better. I think he is what he is at this point.
He looked miles better against Tennessee. That was smarter playing quarterback against Tennessee.
He didn't even get us down the stretch. He gets hurt and goes out. And our backup is worse than he is.
For the last 2 drives, he was hurt.
The 2 drives that counted.
Okay, but Singleton only scored on one of those, and they let him score. Poor choice on Tennessee. I get the gamesmanship. I get what you're doing, but if you have an opportunity to stall points. They could have. We had a redshirt freshman backup quarterback. Why do you not?
I would have gone all in on stopping this.
And Shipley,
a backup kicker.
Yeah, why are you not?
A backup running back.
Just go after us. They would have won the game.
I think so, too. I completely agree.
Yeah.
So I don't see us as a good football. I think we got lucky. I think our defense has kept us in games. I don't think we have that good of an offense.
We'll see. Time will tell.
I am rooting so hard for 5-7.
We're 6 wins.
If we can get to 5 wins only, I think there's still hope that we can fire the coach.
Yeah, I mean, if we get to 5 wins now, it's a 100% foregone conclusion there will be a new coach. But we're not talking about sports today as much as some of you might want us to. Today we're taking a hard left turn from that topic. We haven't been in person yet since that game. We had to get it out. We're talking about bald people today.
This was never on our list. It was just the most random thing that you see scrolling through.
So just a little inside baseball. From time to time, usually about every day that we record, we go to a website that just kind of gives you what some national days are, the little kitschy National Daughter Day, that kind of stuff. And we say, well, maybe there's some inspiration. There's something we need to be talking about. and this one came up. What was it called? National.
It is Be Bald and Be Free Day. Every October 14th. Did you know it was a thing?
Never had an idea. Of course, I'm not in bald, and I don't think I'm in danger of going bald anytime soon. Where's Wood?
Apparently, as I was looking to try to find what this is all about. So what I'm seeing is it's to honor and embrace baldness. Some people do it by choice, and some people have reasons why their hair falls out. So
yeah, some people can't help it.
Yeah. And sometimes people are self-conscious about it.
Right.
And we're not here to laugh at anybody.
No.
We probably will laugh at some of them.
But I've always said that if I start to do the Widow's Peak or the horseshoe,
It's going.
I want it to be gone.
I have several friends that have done the same exact thing.
Yeah,
It doesn't bother them at all.
yeah, and I think I'm that way too. It might take me aback. My brother right now is bald.
Oh,
Or just very closely shaven.
shaven?
Yeah.
Really?
But yeah, I don't think I would have. Lauren has a big problem with it though. She
That's
has vetoed
Erica.
that and says it's
Yeah.
not happening.
Erica says the same thing. But my bald buddies that I have, none of them are self-conscious about it.
Right.
They like to crack jokes about bald people.
Yeah.
They enjoy it. But we saw that, and we never would have thought.
No. This would have
we
never.
have a board with stuff that's been here for years, and we've never checked off some of these things because we find random stuff like this.
Yeah.
And it's like,
would have never in 100 years come across.
What is the question that we are attempting to answer today?
So we're talking about bald people from different categories. So we're talking actors and athletes and characters and, historical figures maybe, or I mean, just the gamut, celebrities in general. And I think I want to go with the one you pitched was if who's the one person you would want to sit next to at a barbershop and while you're getting your head shaved.
So we're gonna have conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
We're gonna be sitting next to them with the cape,
The cape,
cape over us, and we're in the barbershop.
Yeah.
And barbershop's a place that everybody has conversation.
Barbershop conversation. Who do you want to chop it up with at the barbershop? That's the question we're going to answer today.
I think I know right now who my answer is.
You do?
I do.
I don't know that I do. I've got a couple I would like to. But
I am interested to see if the conversation takes us where I think this will.
Are we talking people in their prime? Like there's some people on this list I'm like, I don't know that I would want to have conversation now, but maybe I would have loved to 15 years ago.
I don't know how to respond to that.
We'll get into it. We'll get out because I'll tell you who mine is pretty.
Okay. Once I find that out, then I'm kind of like, okay.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it.
Before we can figure out the best thing, we have to talk about all the things. It's time for the thing about the things.
Alrighty. You heard the noise. Aaron, tell them what that noise was.
This is our Taco Bell bell.
Taco Bell, not a sponsor.
We have a bracket at the end of this podcast.
Absolutely. Every single episode.
We're going to talk about many different bald people today.
True story.
Not all of them are worthy of sitting in the barber chair
No.
next to us.
I have a big list here.
Some of these people are just going to be honorable mentions. Some of them we will talk about further. Some of them we will mention their name and laugh at the other person, like, why would you even bring their name up? But some of these people will be worthy of being in the final 8.
Yes, we each get to pick 4 of those people. We'll put them in a bracket-style March Madness college football playoff situation, and we'll go from there.
When you hear that bell, that means that one of us is taking somebody and putting them onto the board.
What category would you like to start out with first? We have the 3 I have, or 4. I didn't write a lot in the 4th category, but actors, athletes, characters, and miscellany. That could include politicians or, just general celebrities, whatever. Historical figures.
Then let's start with actors.
Okay. The actors category, who comes to mind first when you think of a bald actor?
Bruce Willis is the first one I think of.
Well, pull it back. This is where I wanted to know, because Bruce Willis right now is dealing with, what is it, dementia or
Yes.
something like that.
Yes.
I don't know that I would want to have a conversation with him now.
No.
with
Yeah.
with the most respect. But I would have loved to 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's my question: is like, okay, are we having to pick them right now or at their
Well, I mean, if we
prime,
talk about some dead people,
I mean, that's a good point. Yeah. So these people in their prime, pick their age. Okay.
yes,
Then yeah, I'm taking Bruce Willis.
you're taking Bruce Willis.
I'm taking
right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Wow.
I'm taking Bruce Willis.
Okay.
I
said it and you didn't even give me the chance to hit the button.
That's true. You got to be quicker than that. I'm going to put him 3 right now. Might go to 2, but right now it's 3.
I was just reading something earlier about Bruce Willis. I can't find it now. What happened to my deal on Bruce Willis? Here it is. Early in his career, have you watched any of the movies where he had his hair?
Yeah.
Was he better with hair or without hair?
You know, I want to say like Die Hard was like that transition. You know, John McClane, you know, he was kind of like had some hair, you know, there. I don't know. I think he's been better post hair, personally.
The baldness, would you say that is part of the Bruce Willis brand?
I feel like it is now. Yeah.
Why would you choose to sit next to him at the barbershop?
I just think interviews I've seen of him, just the work he has done, what I perceive the life he's lived, all that kind of, I think it would just lend itself to a lot of stories. I think he's just be a fun guy to hang out with. And I could just see us chopping it up in a barber chair, you know, just laughing, but also talking about, you know, he'd be a great interview. I think he'd be, you know, and that's kind of how I'm picturing it. We've both done interviews before, and I picture me just sitting there asking him a ton of questions. So,
would you, to interview any of these people that will go onto this board today, would you be willing to actually sit in a barber chair and have your head shaved to have the interview with him?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know who else going to be on the list, but I know the ones I have pegged on my list, yes.
What would you say to Lauren?
It'll grow back. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, my hair will grow back if I was to do it right now. So,
would you tell her beforehand?
She doesn't listen to this. I probably would, yeah. And I think if she was like, okay, you have an opportunity to interview Bruce Willis, and this is the shtick for the internet and for the views, I think she'd get it. She wouldn't be happy with it. My hair grows back very fast. In a month's time, it'll be like this again, so I'm not worried about it.
GQ has a list of the 100 most powerful bald men in the world. They list Bruce Willis number 3.
Wow. As far as powerful goes?
That's what their list is. The 100 most powerful bald men in the world.
That's interesting. I mean,
number 3.
I don't know who's higher on this list, but
they say he wrote the book on middle-aged baldness.
You know, I did see something, or I don't remember if I saw it, heard it, read it, whatever, but it talks about whenever Die Hard came out, that it normalized, because up until Die Hard, all your action movies were like ripped Schwarzenegger, ripped Stallone, just that kind of persona. And when Bruce Willis came along and did an action movie as just like a normal looking dude, that it changed the game for action movies. It got normal guys more invested because now they're like, I don't have to be ripped like Schwarzenegger to be like an action star. I thought that was an interesting take that I've read before or saw or heard. I don't know.
I agree.
Bruce Willis, check off the list. I am going to... Okay. I have a laundry list of actors here on my list. When I think of a bald actor, though, one of my first things is Terry Crews.
He would be, he is definitely top 5 in my mind of bald people.
Our button is being a turd today. I'm taking Terry Crews also. And I'm putting him at number 2. Number 2. Yeah. And by the way, my Apple Pencil bit the dust on me, and so I'm having to handwrite.
He's having to use the OG Apple
use
Pencil.
my finger, and it looks so bad. My handwriting with my finger is so bad. How did we ever survive before Apple Pencils? Terry Crews, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's the host of America's Got Talent right now, isn't he?
Yes. I wanna say this list that I'm looking at. I was forgot to look and see what the date on it. This is from 2013. Okay.
Oh, really?
So this is more than a decade old. FYI.
So Bruce Willis might not be the third most powerful man in Hollywood today, is what you're saying.
Because I saw that and I was kind of like, well, that's different. But okay, 2013.
That's funny.
That seems more accurate.
Yeah.
2013.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if they have. I mean, this is what pulled up. Okay.
Right, yeah.
So I don't have a 2024 list in front of me. So yeah.
Terry Crews, I love him in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's one of my probably top 10 sitcoms of all time. He's great in that. He's been in some Walking Dead. He was in the Tales of the Walking Dead. You don't care about that. He has been in, let's see, what else has he been in? He's done lots of little stuff. I've seen him do, I think during COVID, he did something like Paint with Terry Crews that was just kind of kitschy, but it was really just entertaining. I have heard from so many people that know him that he is a genuinely good guy, that he is genuinely funny. He genuinely cares about people. He's empathetic. He's creative. He's funny. He's known for all the muscles and the pec pops and stuff like that as well. He was in Deadpool. He was in, I loved him in The Longest Yard. He did that version. He was in The Expendables.
White Chicks.
Yes, White Chicks. He was in Scary Movie. He was in Bridesmaids. He was in Everybody Hates Chris. That's where he may have gotten his real big break. He wasn't in. Who am I thinking of that was in? He was a guy in the Benchwarmers. So you kind of go down the list there. He just seems like a good dude, and I would want to be around him. I just want to hang out with him.
I am trying to find where he is on this list from 11 years ago.
On the most powerful?
Yeah. I want to know if he should be higher or lower.
I don't know that he would have been on the list 11 years ago.
I'm thinking he's not.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine came out in 2013. So I don't know that he would have been on that list before then.
He does not appear to be on the list. So should he be? I looked. I am not finding a list for this. I don't know. Maybe this is too PC to do one of these lists now.
Maybe.
I think we should bring it back.
A one-off list back 11 years ago.
They did it in previous years because I found the 2010. I found some other years.
That was the last year they did it then.
I'm not finding one for now. This is the most recent one that pulls up. So if we could bring this back and recreate this list, would Terry Crews be one? Obviously, you would.
He absolutely would be on this list now.
Where in the list is he? Top 10?
Possibly. I could see it.
Really?
I mean, I could. Just because he is in a lot of stuff now. He makes a lot of cameos. He pops in a lot. I think he has. I mean, let me look here. Let me pull up his Wikipedia. Nothing like a podcast of two guys searching the internet for stuff, right? I mean,
that should be another podcast we do. Two guys searching the internet for stuff.
That'll be the spinoff. The spinoff series is just us just not talking to the camera or talking to people at all. We're just searching the internet for things from time to time. Let's see. Terry Crews, we forget, played football. He was drafted 11th round in 1991. He went to Western Michigan. He played for the Rams, the Packers, the Chargers, the Redskins, the Eagles. Maybe he didn't have a great NFL career. He played in 32 games, had 3 tackles and 1 assist.
He was a bench warmer.
So he was a bench warmer. He is ripped, though. I mean, the dude is stinking ripped.
Okay, if we were doing a podcast of bald guys to work out with, he's definitely in the 8. He's in the 4.
It's true.
He could win it all.
Maybe. Bald does tend to go toward either hipster or athlete, like as far as looks go, typically, right? You don't think so?
As opposed to
Well, like, okay, purposefully bald. I mean, if you got the horseshoe going on or something like that, then yeah, I mean, that tends to lean a different direction. But like, when I think of like, just a purposefully bald guy, like I'm thinking of
you don't want to be fat and bald on intentionally like me.
Yeah, you're right.
Like if I were to go make the intentional choice to shave my head.
Yeah, if I start losing my hair, I'm really gonna have to start working out.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know, and I'm gonna have to let the beard really grow out to make it work. Like my brother, like he is probably 4 inches taller than me, and he's got a little bit better physique than I probably do, but he's got a bigger beard, and so he looks it looks right for him for some reason. Who else we got?
Okay, bald guys. I'm asking OpenAI this question.
Okay,
as I'm just curious to know. Bald guys often appear to be more jacked or muscular. And it says it could be because higher testosterone levels.
Okay, the testosterone just pops.
Could be that they're compensating for hair loss.
Oh,
that
might be it.
If you are taking it personally, like, man, I'm losing my hair, I'm getting older, I'm aging.
That may be it.
It's signs of showing. So now we're trying to compensate. So I'm going to pull away from people looking at this to watch my pecs.
That's a good point.
Jump. That could be it.
That's a good point.
Let's see. Convenience and focus. Maybe you're just sick of doing your hair.
Honestly, I've been there.
But you're going to spend time shaving that head. Isn't that a process?
Yeah. I guess maybe once you get it down there, it's faster. It's just like shaving your face or something. Just kind of and you're done. But I mean, like right now for me, like I don't have a big problem. When my hair grows out, I struggle with that. But I don't know. Who else we got? We got a long list. We're going to have to fly through some of these.
Yeah, we are. I think of actors that are bald. I'm going to go with another jack dude, The Rock.
The Rock.
He kind of fits two categories here.
He really does.
We've got athlete and, Terry Crews, I guess, fits athlete but not
after
like,
looking at Terry Crews' football career, I'm not calling him
superstar. Okay.
The Rock had a pretty decent football career, at least at Miami. He played at Miami as a good college. I don't know what his pro endeavors were, but I mean, he was a wrestler also, professional wrestler for years.
I mean, that's probably what most people remember him for the most.
I don't know anymore.
No, before his,
right, yeah, more than football.
In 2013, what would you say? Would he be more known for his acting or his career as
That's a great question.
The Rock?
I don't know. I don't know.
I know I saw him on this list earlier. And it's one of those lists where there's so many ads in it, it makes it difficult to scroll.
Go reader view, man.
Reader view.
Reader view.
Why did I not do this? Hang on. What happened to my reader view?
So he never played professional football.
Did he not?
He went to Miami. He played in the Cotton Bowl and the Orange Bowl, and then he went right to wrestling.
You think that there was more money for him in wrestling than there was sports?
I take that back. He went and played Canadian football.
Okay, so he never played football?
Have you ever sat down and watched the Canadian?
Aren't they the ones that have like their field goal post at the front of the end zone?
Why is that?
Like just this big post right there. Like somebody's going to run into that, right?
You would think.
You're going to get concussed out there.
You would think. But after watching rugby at the Olympics, they do the same thing. Their field goal post is at the beginning of the end zone.
Why?
But rugby is a different game. Like you're not just screaming toward the end zone like a lot of the American football style is. I've never sat down and watched a full Canadian football game. I know they have a few little weird. They have a few other little weird rules. Why was I having such a
difficult word? It's escaping me at the moment. 2013, GQ said he was the 17th most powerful bald man in the world.
Oh, okay.
Has he risen in the last decade?
Yeah.
To higher? Is he top 10?
Okay, so here's my thing with Dwayne Johnson, which I'm really tempted to put him on the list. If you're not going to take him, I'm going to take him. You're not taking anything.
The good news is we are 3 people in, and you've taken all 3 of them onto your list, and so I've got like 87 different choices to make.
I can knock these off if I want to.
You're locked in.
Maybe we should start making it where you can't, and it would make these episodes a lot more interesting. But before Black Adam, he could write his own ticket. But when Black Adam flopped, I think it put a little bit of a because he hyped that up so much, saying it was going to bring the DCU to where it needed to be. He was about to take over. He was about to single-handedly take over Marvel, and it flopped hard.
It was not good.
And it wasn't just a flop. It was just a bad movie.
Yeah.
It was a terrible film. So had you asked me before that movie, yeah, I would have said much higher on this list. I still think it probably is higher than, what is it, 13th, 17th?
17th.
I think it's higher than that. I think he's in the top 10.
There have been rumors, discussions as to whether or not he will eventually get into the political realm. There's been, suggestions that maybe he wants to run for president of the United States. Could he be the next,
I don't know,
entertainment personality that we see?
I have heard a lot of smoke around Matthew McConaughey as well.
Really?
He was strongly considering running for governor this past cycle for them.
It is hard to picture him as a politician.
I don't know. After you read like his book and just kind of hear him talk in those circles about serious things, you can kind of get on board with it. I do get, he's everything else seems a little weird. It's just his personality and what he's done in his movies and stuff. Yeah. But I could see it. I don't know how. I think he could be successful at it, but I also could see how that could be a bad train wreck.
I mean, we have had more than just Donald Trump as president. Right. I mean, Ronald Reagan was a movie star in his career. Yeah. I'm sure if you ask people in the 40s and 50s, could you imagine this guy being president? It probably seems odd to them. Yeah. But maybe as they age and get older, maybe, it makes more sense.
I think that the reason why that's so appealing to us is because we see them in these roles that are, because Dwayne Johnson has said he will never play a villain. It's in his contract. He always has to win.
Oh, okay.
Even Black Adam, I guess villain's the wrong word, but he cannot lose.
Okay.
So even though he played like an anti-hero in Black Adam, he had to win.
Okay.
That may be a rumor, but I've heard that's in his contract, that he has to win. So you see people like that who are always successful in their films, or, they're just a genuinely good guy in these talk shows. And then you look at our political landscape for the last decade, and we're like, okay, maybe we should. That's the kind of person I would like to. It's the Jed Bartlett effect, right? Like it's an idealized, person that we're putting on a pedestal.
Is the person? And here's the question: is the person that you see them portray, is that really who they are?
Exactly.
Or I mean, they're obviously good at acting. That probably helps you as a politician.
That's true.
To have the ability to act.
You just gotta have good staff writers and good people behind the scenes.
Before we move from him, do you have a favorite Dwayne Johnson film? Does anything just stand out to you?
Red Notice was pretty good.
Never heard of it.
It was on Netflix. It was him and Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot. It was pretty solid. I'm a fan of the first Jumanji movie. I thought it was really well done.
Haven't seen it.
It was a good adaptation of it. I'm trying to think.
I like Jungle Cruise. I think he was in Jungle Cruise.
I haven't seen it.
Daddy Daycare? Was that him?
I think that was Eddie Murphy, wasn't it? Did he do a remake of it? Let's pull up his.
He's a babysitter of some sort.
The Pacifier. That was Vin Diesel.
No, that was Vin Diesel. Is that what I'm thinking? I know he did one of these movies.
Tooth Fairy. He did Tooth Fairy. I know.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Let's see. Let's go through. He's in Moana.
Yes.
Let's see here. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's been in all the new Fast and Furious movies, which don't get me started on Fast and Furious movies.
See, Jungle Cruise gets a 6.6. That's worthy of watching.
Wow. Red Notice gets a 6.3. Free Guy. I don't remember him. Oh, he was a voice. Let's see. I've heard he's good in Ballers. I have not watched that series yet, though. Skyscraper was like a, copy-paste action movie. Baywatch, didn't watch that. Central Intelligence was pretty good. Him and Kevin Hart. Hart do a lot of stuff together as well.
I like San Andreas.
San Andreas was pretty good.
It was a disaster movie.
Let's see. G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Liked it.
Transformers. I don't remember. Oh, that was he was lent his voice. He was great in The Other Guys.
Yes.
For the whole 3 minutes he was in the movie.
I'm trying to. Yeah, he was in it. Okay, there's Tooth Fairy. See, we're getting back.
Get Smart. with
He was the chief?
no, he was one of the other. He was the bad guy.
I thought he couldn't be a bad guy.
That's a good point. Maybe this is all made up. Maybe it's new. Maybe it's a new thing in his thing. The Game Plan. He played a football player in that. He was in Hannah Montana for an episode. Wow,
That's a big get.
So, Walking Tall. That was his first film, I think. His first big film.
Okay, so clearly I'm thinking of somebody else.
You're probably thinking of Vin Diesel in The Pacifier.
I bet that's the one.
I bet that's it.
That's the one.
You know, I'm looking through this, and both him and Terry Crews, I'm surprised how few movies they've actually been in and series. Their names are so ubiquitous, you would have thought they would have been in more things.
And why is he on your list again?
He's probably going to get knocked off.
Okay. So he's really not deserving of being number 17 then. I mean,
that's just it. I don't know because
I mean higher, because you said he should be higher than 17.
He is so ubiquitous. He is so famous and so popular. Everybody knows who he is. He's very wealthy. He's very influential in Hollywood. But I'm looking at his acting. Now he probably produces a lot of stuff. Let's look. He's got 50 producing credits to his name. But again, not a ton of great things. So I don't know.
Here's another name, Ron Howard.
Ron Howard is a big one.
I would be tempted to put him. See, I think he's definitely more worthy than The Rock.
I agree.
I mean,
I'm giving
you talk about
grace to hit the button.
a career from Opie Taylor to Oscar-winning director.
Yeah.
I mean, his life has been.
I'm taking The Rock off, by the way.
Okay, good. Would you?
I got trigger happy, I guess.
Would you tell him that to his face?
I would. So, Rock, you are not worthy to sit next to me in a barbershop.
I don't believe you.
You know what he would say? Who are you? What's your name? Ron Howard's solid. Very long career. He's made some great films. I'm not going to hit the button yet, though.
As far as just sitting next to somebody and having a conversation, though, the stories that he could tell.
That's a good point.
I think that he would have more stories than the two guys that are made it to our top 8 so far. I'm going to go ahead and take Ron Howard.
Okay.
And I'm going to take him number 4.
Okay.
He has one of the most successful production companies in Hollywood.
For you, sitting next to Opie Taylor?
I could just sit next to him and talk just Andy Griffith show alone.
Now, what I do need to ask, though, is do we get only the amount of time that we would be in a barber chair? Is that how long our conversation has to be? Or can we sit there for a few hours? That's another caveat here, because if I'm needing to go quick, then I don't know if I want to waste my one person with somebody who I want to sit there and talk to for 2 days, you know?
Okay, well, I would say that a lot of times the barber shop is more than just sitting in the chair.
That's true.
I mean, you're going to go in, especially if you get one of these community barbershops. Guys are going to...
But you're still not going to be there for a couple hours. I mean, you're not going to be there
I don't know. A lot of these
hours.
old guys that go hang out and drink coffee places and stuff like that, I think some guys go to the barbershop and sit and, you know, shoot the breeze with each other. And, you know, it's kind of their routine. So this is just the barbershop experience.
Okay. So we're not putting a time limit on it then?
You know, I don't think so. I mean, they don't want to spend all day with us, but I mean, they'd give up a couple of hours to sit and chit chat.
He would have some stories. I mean, looking at his, let's pull up his.
Let's look at his resume,
because you know he's not only been. I mean, his acting credits really are just Opie, right? Like he is not.
He did Happy Days.
Happy Days.
He did. Was he also in American Graffiti?
Oh man, I don't remember.
I feel like he's done some. Are we looking at acting right here?
Just everything. This is under director. The Jim Henson Idea Man. When does that come out, or is it already out?
I don't know.
Let's see. Of course, Solo. He's in the Star Wars universe. In the Heart of the Sea, Made in America, Rush. Angels to Demons, Frost Nixon, Da Vinci Code, Cinderella Man, The Missing, A Beautiful Mind, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Apollo 13, Backdraft. These are just his directorial. Credits. Of course, he's produced a ton of stuff as well. Probably produced, I want to say, doubled up how many he's directed. He produced Tetris. I did not care for that movie. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
No, that's a new one, isn't it?
It's fairly new.
Fairly new?
Yeah, we got about halfway through it, and we kind of teetered off there. So, I mean, yeah, he's obviously got a lot of credits. And I do think, as far as his status in Hollywood, I said status
in Hollywood.
His status in
Where are you
Hollywood,
from?
I don't know. He does have a lot of stories that he could lend to. I think that's a worthy number 4 pick. I do.
He also, this is kind of relevant. In 2020, he directed the film Hillbilly Elegy that was based on J.D. Vance's life.
Okay.
He's got 2 Oscars, Best Director and Best Picture. He won that for A Beautiful Mind. He's been nominated and won several Golden Globes as a director and actor. Just incredible career.
Yeah.
I think he would be fascinating to sit and talk
Me
to.
too. I'm going to do a 2 for real quick and mention Jason Alexander and Larry David. Jason Alexander, famous for playing George Costanza on Seinfeld. The George Costanza character was based on creator Larry David's actual life. So that's who George Costanza
is playing.
portrays.
Yeah.
So they're both bald men, so it makes sense to tie them together. Larry David, though, is he's just really funny. He's a very dry sense of humor. He really kind of hates everybody. I'm not adding him to this list because he would roast me the whole time while we're sitting at the barbershop. Jason Alexander, though, I love the George Costanza character.
George is so great.
He is one of the better characters on the show.
We're watching through Seinfeld again right
are
now,
you?
and I love watching George. He's fantastic. And I just saw him in a commercial the other day.
Yeah.
What is he advertising right now? Is it a cell phone
Probably.
company?
That's what all of them are.
I haven't seen him in a while, it feels like.
It seems like he's making a little bit of a resurgence because he's got a podcast now, I think. So he's got a pretty successful podcast going right now. So that's why I think we're seeing him back a little bit. But honorable mentions to those 2.
What about Sean Connery?
Sean Connery. I saw him on some lists, and I guess, he probably did have the back half of his career was probably, I think of a lot of, I think of him as Bond, and he's not bald. But I guess, the back half he was bald in The Rock.
Yep.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I think he would be interesting to talk to.
He would be. In his prime.
And is Sean Connery still alive?
No, he's not.
Okay.
Less interesting right now. Of course, you go in that vein, I'm thinking Ed Harris as well.
See, Ed Harris is one that I'm tempted to put on my list, but we've got so many other categories that I just want to take one from each, I think.
Do you?
That's what I'm telling myself. I'm only taking one from each of these categories.
Ed Harris is great. Apollo 13. He was in Apollo 13, wasn't he? I want to say he was.
Was he in Apollo 13?
I think so.
He was in
or am I thinking
Armageddon?
That may be what I'm thinking.
I was going to say Armageddon for sure, and I can't remember. He's done several. Was he in Space Cowboys?
He was in Apollo 13.
He's done a few space movies.
He's done a few space movies.
I mean, he's done a lot of everything.
That's true. He is. That needs to be an episode at some point. Not the leading man. Because he's been that secondary. He's like a Michael Caine. When's the last time Michael Caine or Morgan Freeman were the lead actor in anything? They're great secondary characters.
And sort of the polar opposite of what you were saying about Dwayne Johnson.
Truman Show.
Is Ed Harris feels like he plays a villain or a bad guy or a historical figure.
Or curmudgeon. Like
that is his role.
That's his role.
That's what he does.
Absolutely right.
And again, I think he would be fascinating to talk to.
I agree. Because he has done, my gosh, the movies he's done. I'm looking through them right now. Top Gun Maverick. Geostorm. Let's go.
Yeah, to me, he is up there with Michael Caine of guys who are not your leading actor.
Gravity. He's been in a lot of space movies.
But this guy has done so many good things.
Sweetwater. Are they remaking Sweetwater right now?
I don't even know what that is.
first. I want to say he's the first African American. Didn't that to play college basketball or professional basketball? I don't remember. National Treasure.
I was going to say he's my fourth favorite national character. National Treasure character.
Gone Baby Gone.
Yep.
Radio. That was a great movie. A Beautiful Mind. So I mean, he's done. Truman Show, man, was really. I need to rewatch that. It's been a minute since I've watched that movie. So he's been great. I think.
You sure that you would rather Terry Crews over him?
I think so. I really do. Right now, I'm a big fan of Terry Crews. I think he's just gonna be a lot of fun. I think he'd have a lot of great stories too that you just don't see his credits on. Who else you got?
Honorable mentions.
I mean, any
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. I wouldn't even come close to picking him.
You wouldn't want to sit and listen to him tell stories about Fast and Furious.
He's not going to make my top 20 probably.
What about Patrick Stewart?
Now, Vin Diesel does play Groot. We forget that.
Oh,
on Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
But no, I'm still not picking him.
Patrick Stewart.
I'm not a Trekkie, but
think of all the other things he's done. Though.
Oh, I know.
Professor X.
I do like X-Men stuff. He is. It's tempting to put him on this list because he's done
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Things. Yeah.
Patrick Stewart is
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. I think he's funny too.
Anybody with a sir?
Yeah.
Was Sean Connery a sir?
Sure. Well, he wasn't British, right? Was he Scottish?
Yeah.
Do they get knighted? I don't know. I don't know. By the Queen though. I'm not sure how all that works. John Travolta is bald now. He's been bald for the last couple of years.
Robert Duvall.
Oh, he is pretty good. I do like Robert Duvall. Danny DeVito.
Oh, it's short and bald. He's the Jersey Mike's commercial guy.
You have to, if you're not ripped, and
you got to be short.
You got to be short and funny.
And he leans into the horseshoe like he
absolutely does.
Sort of like Jason Alexander. They don't care. They are funny. They
got to be funny.
That's it.
So you got to be one of the
If you're going to do the horseshoe, you better be able to be funny.
Better be funny. I think sitting down with Danny DeVito would be pretty funny as long as I get some Jersey Mike's out of it. Hey, Jersey Mike's, we'd love to partner. All you have to pay us is just some free subs. We just want to get one of those black platinum cards that Chick-fil-A gives away. Let's do that for Jersey Mike's. We want a black Jersey Mike's platinum card that gets us free Jersey Mike's every time we step into there.
Do they make those?
I don't know. I'm asking for one. I don't care.
What about Jason? Jason. I just combined his name together. It says quickly turning into the younger, less tongue-in-cheek Bruce Willis for your popcorn action needs.
No.
I'm not a big fan.
I'm not either. He's not funny.
I have watched. He is in that. I think it's him. The Meg. Have you seen The Meg?
I've not seen it. Yeah.
He does those kind of movies, and I just find his personality to be kind of lacking.
Yeah, it's off-putting to me.
As it says, less tongue-in-cheek Bruce Willis. He's like the Aldi version of Bruce Willis. That's what I would say. I wouldn't say it to his face.
I wouldn't even say Aldi version. I would say more like what's the it's not great value, but
Always
like
Save.
Yeah.
Best choice.
The best choice. He's the best choice version of Bruce Willis, in my opinion. Because there's no humor there. There's not a good balance there. It's just kind of like I'm just going to be a pain in the butt, and you're going to respect me.
John Malkovich.
I never got into John Malkovich personally.
No?
I just never. I don't know.
Didn't like any of his stuff.
I never got into him. Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil
in the actor category. Really?
Where else are you gonna put him? I guess we.
I was going to put him miscellaneous.
Okay, we'll save our thoughts. On Dr. Phil.
Yeah, I don't know how many more thoughts there are, but he's just. Okay.
J.K. Simmons in the actor category.
Oh,
he's very good.
Yeah, there's a guy.
I don't know that I would want to sit down and have a conversation with him for very long. I'd love to meet him, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Howie Mandel. Ooh. Really?
Nope. I said I was only going to put one from each category on there.
I saw the wheels in his eyes like back up.
I'm gonna come back to him unless you're taking him.
I'm not. No, I'm not taking him.
Howie Mandel should absolutely be on this list.
I didn't know you felt so strongly about Howie Mandel.
This is the guy that I said in the beginning, if I thought I knew who was going to win this all, Howie Mandel is the guy I thought would be number one overall and win the whole thing.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
And now you're debating.
And now I don't even know if I'm going to put him on the list. I think Howie Mandel would be...
Okay, I have a...
Okay.
Oh, he's on the internet, so I don't know if he's going to come across this. I don't know Howie Mandel.
Okay, I'm glad that you are making that clear because I was going to be very upset if you knew him and have hidden this for 15 plus years.
I get the feeling I wouldn't like him in person. I just get the feeling he might be...
What?
I don't know. That's just a personal vibe I get, but like I get the feeling that maybe he would not want to sit down and do anything.
You think that it is all persona?
Yeah, I think that he's just
it's a facade.
Yeah,
that's not really him.
I just don't think that he is that personable in person. I think he's maybe a little bit of a. I hate to use the word stuck up because again I don't know the guy.
You don't know the guy.
He may be the nicest human being in the face of the planet. But that's the I don't know.
That would disappoint me greatly.
The whole germaphobe thing, and I don't want to touch you, and I don't want to be around that kind of thing. I've seen some behind the scenes stuff where that's the case, and I just I don't know. It's just it's a weird gut feeling I have, and I could be totally wrong. And Howie Mandel, if you ever come across this, I'm so sorry. Come on the pod, make everything right. I'll be happy to eat crow on that one.
I'm a fan, Howie. I'm a fan. So. It is now his fault that you're not going on the list. How about LL Cool J?
Oh, I didn't even think about LL Cool J.
Oh, he's doing like drama stuff now.
Oh, really?
Right?
I mean, he's doing
like CBS.
Yeah, NCISL
J.
LMNOV. I don't know.
Whatever they're on now.
One of those letters. I used to watch it. It was pretty good, but it's the same show. How about the big one that I think might crack this list? Samuel L. Jackson.
I was going to mention him earlier and then forgot about it.
Sam Jackson would have some stories, but again, I don't know.
If you're going to insult people, I'm going to insult people. Okay. I don't think I'd like Samuel L. Jackson. I don't think so. I'm sorry, Sam.
Why?
I don't know.
You think it's the same thing I have for Howie Mandel? Like you
maybe.
Just think there's.
I don't like a lot of his characters.
Oh, really?
I don't like a lot of the characters that he plays. So
you didn't like Nick Fury or Mace Windu or
no
Pulp Fiction. You just,
Oh, okay. I don't like his characters. Great actor.
Yeah, he's done a lot of very versatile.
Just don't like those people. So now that may not be him.
That's true.
And it would be interesting to listen, if that's not him, talk about how he plays. It could be a fascinating conversation.
The thing I see him most on nowadays is Capital One commercials during March Madness. So.
The Capital One guy right now is really annoying me.
I don't know who it is.
I don't know who it is either. They just like, oh, you're the Capital One guy.
Oh, really?
And he like stays the night there, and now he's more famous than Derek Jeter in one of these, and he's taking, kids in the audience want to talk to the Capital One guy instead of Derek Jeter,
so
and he takes a baseball bat, and now I just want to like crack him in the kneecap with it. Those commercials just annoy me.
Oh my gosh.
Stanley Tucci.
Oh, is he the Capital One guy?
He's next.
I almost put him on this list, and I just didn't know. I guess I don't know enough of his things.
I've watched quite a bit of it.
Really?
I always like his characters.
Yeah, I mean, the characters I've seen, none of them are really memorable, I guess, to me. But when he's on screen, I enjoy him. What? I have no other actors.
Okay, yeah,
so we can move on. 50 minutes into this thing.
Woo.
I think the other categories will probably be a little faster. All right, want to go athletes?
Yeah, let's do athletes.
Tackle the next big category.
Uh-huh.
You're getting your fingers ready, I can already tell. Michael Jordan.
You can have him. I don't want him.
You don't want Michael Jordan?
I don't want Michael Jordan.
Really?
Nope.
I'm putting him number one.
You can take Michael Jordan number one.
Why do you not want Jordan? You want Barkley, don't you?
I hope, MJ, that you're not listening. You are the GOAT.
Yes.
You are the GOAT.
Hands down.
But you're a butthead. Okay?
You're welcome, TikTok.
I don't think he's really that nice of a person.
I'm sure he's not, but if I have a chance to sit down with Michael Jordan
he
in a
does not
barbershop,
want to. No, he does not want to sit next to you and
He
have
has
conversation.
to.
He's not going to. He's going to sit there and just like give you this smug stare down and probably not answer any of your questions. You're going to hate him when you do not meet him.
So you said don't meet your heroes?
Do not meet this hero. You are the GOAT. You are amazing.
But you would be a jerk to us?
But you're a jerk. That's what I'm telling you, okay?
That's so funny.
Because my instinct was like, MJ's got to be on this list.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nope, we can't do it.
I don't care if he's a jerk. I'm taking him.
No.
If I got to pick who on this list, on any of these lists, it's going to be Michael Jordan.
You don't.
I have no choice. It's got to be Michael Jordan. If I had to sit down with one person at a barbershop, it's Michael Jordan.
LeBron loves to go to barbershops.
Oh, I'm not sitting next to LeBron. You know what would happen? I would sit next to LeBron. He'd flop out of the chair and just wiggle on the floor like a fish. Sit there till Bronny came in the room. Okay. Okay. Who else we got then? Is there an athlete you want?
I am tempted to hit the button on Chuck. I think Charles Barkley would
He'd be more entertaining.
That would yes. That's what I'm telling you. You're missing the point of what we're trying to do. Michael Jordan would be less entertaining than wall.
You are making me
Charles Barkley.
think I have to take Jordan off this list because you're not going to vote for him.
Yeah, I'm not voting for Jordan.
I can't believe we're at this point.
I'm not voting for Jordan in
where
this.
Jordan's not going to be on this list.
It's going to depend. I mean, he's going up against my number 4.
Yeah.
So it's possible that he's going to squeak through that round. Jordan's not winning this thing. There's no way.
Oh, my gosh.
He will not be the GOAT of this bracket.
What if I were to replace him with Shaq?
I think Shaq is much more of an interesting person to sit next to and talk to than MJ. There's a reason MJ's not on TV. There's a reason why
he's nowhere. He has ghosted the world.
Yeah.
He is fine just owning basketball teams and
his
being the
teammates
most-
hate him.
most-
I mean, we all watched
being the richest athlete in the
dance.
world. Oh, my gosh.
Shaq would be better than MJ for sure.
Let's talk basketball for a while since we're
Okay.
here. You've also got Jason Kidd.
Yes, he is bald.
He's bald.
He is bald,
Yeah,
and
we're
on this
not
list.
talking greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We started
sorry.
off really high.
I'm sorry. We just went from MJ and Shaq to Jason Kidd. It just threw me for a loop.
We've got Kevin Garnett.
Also bald, great basketball player.
Has a title. 2. Does he have 2 titles? He won one with Boston. He never won one with Minnesota.
T-Wolves never won one.
We have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay, there's a legend.
Yeah.
Legend. I was going to say Ray Allen as long as we were talking about the big 3 from Boston.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Ray Allen's bald.
Yeah. That's all who I had on my list for basketball world. There's a ton of basketball players.
Just to throw shade at him, I would say let's talk about LeBron because he hates the fact that people think that he's bald.
He's balding.
And that I think he's done implants.
He's got it in the back of the hair.
Because the hair started going forward, though. Because remember when his sweatbands just continued, like half of his head was covered with one?
If you can't tell, we're LeBron haters and unashamedly
Always have been,
so.
always will be.
I have no problem admitting that fact.
No.
Zero problem at all.
None. Now, who did you just say before I made fun of LeBron?
Kareem.
I thought there was somebody after him.
I don't think so.
Okay.
There's a plethora. I think that's what was my point. There's so many.
Kenny the
out
Jet
there.
Smith.
Kenny Smith. Was Derek Fisher ever? He was bald for a hot minute.
Yeah, he was.
Prior to Arkansas.
Arkansas, I mean, he would be fun to sit next to. I'd love to sit next to
would
Derek
like to
Fisher
sit-
in a barbershop. Charles Barkley, I mean, I've mentioned his name several
Barkley.
times. That would be an entertaining, as far as athletes go on the list.
Okay.
He's one that I'm tempted to take.
If we cannot take Jordan,
Because I want to hit the button on Kobe Bryant.
oh, Kobe.
I want to hit the button on Kobe. Kobe has been
I
the
forget
guy that
Kobe was bald.
Yeah.
He wasn't always bald.
No, he had the fro
Yeah,
going on
fro
in the early
in his career.
and then he's like, let's shave it. I mean, anybody that knows me knows I love Kobe
oh
Bryant.
yeah,
I own 2 NBA jerseys, and his is one that I own.
Yeah.
When he passed away, it hung on the door of my closet where I could see it for like 2 months solid. I mean, I was emotionally wrecked by his passing. I love Kobe, but I sort of feel about Kobe like I do MJ.
Okay.
That he would not make a great person to sit next to and talk to.
I think he would be a better conversation than Jordan.
I think now.
Now, yeah.
After his NBA career was over.
Post-career, yeah.
Again, he was a butthead.
I've seen him do interviews. He did one with MKBHD, you know. And it's
Yes.
just, he's a lot more.
He was a very smart guy.
Yeah. Now that kind of mentality, that Mamba mentality was passed, he loosened up a whole lot.
I think he really wanted to try to invest into kids. I think that he seemed to be a generally good person. I know he had some issues in his career with some stuff, but I think he would definitely, I would rather talk to post-NBA Kobe than NBA Kobe. Did we just erase everything on the list?
I did. I have a new idea.
Hang on. What?
Because you only had one thing on there anyway.
I was taking one from each.
I want to do that too. And here's what I want to do.
Okay.
We're gonna our final 4 is gonna be one from each category.
Okay.
So you're gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick one from each category. They're gonna go head to head, and then those are gonna be the final 4.
Okay.
So category by category.
Okay.
You like that? You okay with that?
Sure.
Okay.
So I had Ron Howard.
You had Ron Howard, and I'm gonna have to pick one. So I'm gonna go Bruce Willis
over
Terry Crews.
Okay.
All right. So who's your athlete then?
Peyton Manning.
He's not bald.
Everybody makes fun of his forehead. It's like, you're not going to call that bald?
That's not bald. That's just a big forehead.
Oh,
He's
come on.
not bald.
Come on.
No.
You're not going to give me that?
I'm not giving you that one. No. Sorry. Try again. You could go. No, we've non-basketball people. Matt Hasselbeck.
That's boring.
Brian Urlacher. And Albert Pujols.
Let me throw a name at you.
Throw it.
Well, I just went blank.
It's a bad throw.
Kevin Youkilis, was that his name? Euclid?
Yeah.
From the Red Sox?
Yeah, Kevin Youkilis.
What about Terry Francona?
Maybe. Alex Cora's bald.
I want Charles
Dustin
Barkley.
Pedroia was bald for a bit.
I'm going to take Charles Barkley.
Okay, hold on.
In fact, hang on. Let me get back up here to some of the notes that I had.
I'm so lost without my Apple Pencil.
That could almost be a song. I'm so lost without you, but replace it with I'm so lost without my Apple Pencil.
Okay, you want Chuck?
I want Chuck.
You've also got Mike Tyson, bald. Tiger Woods, balding. He's got the bald spot starting to grow in the back.
Again, do you think that he would be that?
No.
He's a bigger jerk than MJ is.
You're not going to give me Michael Jordan. So
you can absolutely put Michael Jordan on this list. He is the number 1 most powerful bald man.
Absolutely.
In 2013. I don't disagree with that.
I think it's probably still true today.
Powerful. Yes. But we're not talking about power here.
Okay.
Yeah, he's powerful.
Jordan, you are the GOAT. You are number 1 on this list.
In many ways, shapes and forms.
In every facet, when it comes to bald men, bald people in general, bald women too, I don't care. You are number 1. Just know that, because I'm about to leave you off this list, and I feel hate toward Aaron because of it.
That it's not on me.
It's
on him.
It's very much on you.
It's his personality that's keeping him.
But I don't care. I don't care about his personality. I still want
he's not going to be interesting to talk to.
I don't care. I want to beat Michael Jordan. Maybe he'll sign something. So
no, I can promise you, Michael Jordan's not signing crap.
You're probably right about that. Since I can't have Jordan, I'm taking Shaq,
who was number 13 on this list.
Since I can't have Jordan, I'm taking Shaq. Any other athletes?
Okay. I just find this one to be a little bit funny. He's not really an athlete, but he is athlete adjacent. He is in the sports realm.
Okay.
Is that where we're keeping all of these people?
Yeah.
Okay. In 2013, Steve Ballmer was the 16th most powerful bald man.
Hey, I'm a fan.
He had a real drop there.
Isn't he the Clippers owner?
Yes.
I'm a fan.
Oh, no. I'm thinking of the guy that they ousted.
Yeah, you're thinking of the other guy. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Don?
Something. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
I'm a fan of Steve
This is the Microsoft guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the guy who he built that new arena.
He could be interesting to talk to.
He would be very
Sports,
interesting to talk to.
Microsoft, all of that.
Yeah.
That would be.
He would be.
And I mean, he's fat, got the horseshoe thing going on, but not funny.
He's pretty funny.
Is he funny?
He's I mean, for a non-actor, he's just got a good sense of humor. I'm a fan of his.
Charles Barkley was number 22 on this list in 2013. I think he would be higher than that now.
Probably, yeah.
Chuck and Shaq made TNT's show
Absolutely
inside the NBA.
NBC is picking it up.
Oh, are they?
They're bringing it over.
Are they going to bring these guys with it?
If they want to, yes.
Because I don't really get into watching a lot of pre-game or post-game sports shows.
I don't either.
But those guys
It's
are
so entertaining.
They're entertaining.
Yeah,
they make it worth watching.
Okay.
Here was Adrian Peterson. He was good. This was back when Adrian Peterson was like owning the NFL.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers him now.
Nobody.
Magic Johnson.
Oh, Magic Johnson. How do we forget Magic Johnson? I'm not changing, but
You're not?
no. Any other sports?
Kobe was number 34 on this. Dick Vitale.
Oh, Kobe.
Yeah, would you rather take Kobe over Shaq? I think Kobe would be a more rounded conversation.
I'm taking Kobe. Yeah, I'm taking Kobe.
You got Kareem. You got KG. George Foreman. Floyd Mayweather. Dana White. I would say you could put Dana White into this category.
I really think? I don't know.
I mean,
As far as powerful goes, yes.
I mean, in the athlete category.
Yeah, you can put him in the category.
I mean,
I'm not taking him.
The guy runs the MMA. He's made it what it is. He's a very successful dude.
Yeah,
I think it would be an interesting conversation.
I agree. All right. Do we want to move on to characters?
Yeah, let's do characters.
So some of these may overlap, like George Costanza, Jason Alexander, they obviously overlap. But there are some in here that are not, the person that portrays them, or if it's an animated person, they may not be a bald person, but they play a bald character. So that's kind of where we're leaning to this right now. So I'm going to let you go first. I feel like I've hit the button a lot, so I'm going to give you an opportunity if you want to.
I got to think if I'm going to hit the button on it, but the first bald character I think of is Walter White.
Yeah, same here.
Same?
Yeah.
Is he worthy to be on this list?
So remember, we were talking to the character.
Yep.
So keep that in mind.
Yep.
We are talking, not the actor portraying it. We're talking to that character. I think I don't know that I want to sit down and have a conversation with Walter White.
That would be a little bit of a scary conversation.
It would be terrifying. I mean, depends on which Walter you're getting. Are you getting Heisenberg or are you getting Walter White? If you're getting Walter White, it's going to be a very boring conversation. If you get Heisenberg, you're terrified the whole time. So I don't think I'm taking him, but he is probably he's the Jordan of characters.
Yes.
Like iconic, if we were to go with just most iconic people, characters, athletes, he wins this category for sure, hands down, I think, personally.
Yep.
Beyond that, John McClane from Die Hard. We're going to be talking a lot about Die Hard over the next couple of months.
Why?
It's Christmas season getting close, It's a Christmas movie.
Not anywhere close to a Christmas.
How many years do we have to have this conversation?
Bruce Willis himself has denied the claim.
He's wrong.
Don't speak of the...
Sick?
Is he sick?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't speak of the living sick in that manner.
I don't care. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I watch it at Christmas. Most of the world considers
Try
it
watching it in the summer. It's a more enjoyable movie.
I can't because the whole movie has Christmas stuff in it.
Christmas has nothing to do with the point of the movie.
It has everything to do with the point of the movie. They're doing it at a Christmas party.
Okay, they could be having a 4th of July barbecue and still have the same.
So could
Plot.
Home Alone. I'm just saying. We've had this argument so many times, but so could Home. If Home Alone is a Christmas movie, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. End of story.
No.
I'm right. You're wrong.
No.
The internet knows. Okay.
By the way, Bryan Cranston as Walter White was number 4 on this list in 2013. I have not seen anybody else other than their actual human
so
person.
funny.
This one is
Because, I mean, he shaved his
Bryan
head
Cranston
for-
as Walter White.
So he was bald during the show's run, but
The baldness used to be because of chemo. Now it's just from being so incredibly evil, it says.
that was a choice. Like, he was like, this is
Yes.
my guy now. Of course, we've mentioned Professor X. We've mentioned Jean-Luc Picard. Trying to think of anything else on here. I'm just going to list them off. If any strike our fancy, we can hit it. Mentioned John McClane, Lex Luthor from Superman. I don't know that I want to sit down and have a conversation with him. Bane from Batman. I don't know that I want to go to a barbershop with him either. Morpheus from The Matrix is tempting to me.
Okay.
It's very, very tempting. Mace Windu, we mentioned. Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy could be very fun. I don't know that he's necessarily 100% human, but Gru from Despicable Me.
What was that character?
Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil. Yeah, I kept wanting to say Dr. No, and I knew that wasn't it.
Dr. Evil. I think that's who he's trying to
Yes.
base himself off of. Drax from Guardians, Gru from Despicable Me. Homer Simpson.
Oh, there's a big name.
That's a big name. Charlie Brown.
That's what I was going to say was I didn't know if that would make your
Charlie Brown or Homer?
Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
I thought that one might slip past you.
He's got just a couple. Although, have you seen the thing about the little drawing of his hair is not actually that he's bald, but that indicates he's just has a closely shaved, and that his side profile, you see the hair.
No.
It's really dumb. I don't agree. I think he's bald. Mr. Magoo and Popeye. Those are my characters that I had written down.
Ooh. Mr. Magoo.
Mr. Magoo.
So we each have to take one from this category.
We each have to take one from this category.
Then I would like to take Charlie Brown.
Okay. I want to take Morpheus. Dead air as I write down. Okay. I'm tempted to take Popeye, but I'm not. Okay, miscellaneous. I didn't write a lot in this category, but we have Dr. Phil.
We got Dr. Phil. Do you want to sit and
Maybe this was a bad idea.
Talk with him?
Just do these 4 categories.
Okay.
Dr. Phil is he would have some stories. I mean, he would have a ton of stories. I would love to have him on one side and Dave Ramsey on the other, and just see those
Dave
two
Ramsey
go
would make this.
go at it. Yeah.
I would almost put Dave Ramsey on this list. Here's one. How about one of the pharaohs?
Pharaoh. This is why we saved this section for the end of the podcast, because only the real ones are still watching it and listening to it at this point. Okay, we've just talked about pharaohs making this list.
The Dalai Lama.
The Dalai Lama, yeah.
Dick Cheney.
Okay.
Who was one of the others that I was thinking of?
I don't know who you were thinking of. I'm not inside of your head.
Let me ask you this.
The Buddha?
Can we count? Does Steve Jobs count as bald? He was balding.
Yeah.
Does he count on this list? Because if he does, I'm very tempted to take Steve Jobs.
I just thought of another bald person, a major one we overlooked.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know why it wasn't in any of these categories, and I'm thinking about replacing Bruce Willis. Man, I don't
Look at some pictures, and I'll your discretion on this one.
He's definitely balding. Yeah, it's hard not to say he's bald there.
It is.
I will allow it.
Okay.
Just because I know our miscellaneous category is so thin.
I want Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs is a good pick.
Who is the one that you were saying should have been on the list?
And I'm replacing Bruce Willis with this person. One Mr. You said Steve, and it reminded me, Steve Harvey. How did we leave off Steve Harvey?
Now that would be a fun barbershop conversation.
So I'm moving. Forget Bruce Willis. We're putting Steve Harvey in the actor category. You're taking Steve Jobs. And I honestly...
Jeff Bezos.
I think he'd be painful to sit next to in a barbershop.
Pope Francis was on this list.
Let's see. Bald people of history.
Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, Ben Franklin. Iconic bald leaders.
Vladimir Putin.
Dwight Eisenhower.
Winston Churchill.
Ooh, Winston Churchill.
Oh, he's on the list there. Yep.
Gandhi. Lenin.
Wow.
Mussolini. We're just going right now.
Khrushchev. Gorbachev.
Oh.
Wow. There's something that all of these people have in common.
There's a trend.
Woo!
Martin Van Buren. There's Dick Cheney. There's something. Vladimir Putin. There's something all of them have in common.
Rupert Murdoch. Yeah. Jeff Bezos.
I would not want to be on this list.
Cory Booker.
Go look up a picture of Cory Booker. Before and after.
John McCain. Yeah.
And that's the list. What was the list title? Iconic. Okay. I thought it was going to say the best world leaders. I'm taking Dr. Phil. Steve Jobs is going to win it. It doesn't matter. We're just going to take Dr. Phil. All right. Here we go. We got decisions.
Yeah,
Are we ready? Do we have anything else? Have we milked this thing completely dry?
I'm sure. And there's probably some that we forgot about.
Sure,
but
there is.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and do the thing.
If you want to be the best, you have to beat the rest. This is the Best Things Bracket.
All right, so we have categorized these, as you know. We've broken it down to 4 categories of the best bald people of all time. Let's see if you agree with us in our picks. In the actor category, we have Ron Howard versus Steve Harvey. 3, 2, 1. Steve Harvey. Yeah. Last minute, man. He just kind of...
You stuck in there.
Come in there at the last second. In the sports category, Charles Barkley versus Kobe Bryant. For context, for those of you who are just watching this part on TikTok or YouTube, the context of this bracket is what's the bald person you would like to sit down and have a conversation with at the barbershop whilst you are shaving your head. 3, 2, 1. Kobe. It was really close for me. That was a last second pick, but I would like Jordan. Y'all need to know this if you're just watching online this bit. I picked Jordan, but we have a Jordan person over here who says he would not want to sit next to Jordan for an hour. Kobe it is. In the characters category, Morpheus versus Charlie Brown. These could not be 2 more polar opposite characters. And if you're asking, why not Walter White? He's terrifying sitting next to you in a barbershop. Morpheus or Charlie Brown. 3, 2, 1. Charlie Brown. I just want to encourage him, Yeah. It's okay, man. You got this. Dr. Phil or Steve Jobs in the miscellaneous category. 3, 2, 1. Steve Jobs. Now we get to the real meat here. Steve Harvey versus Kobe Bryant. Who do you want to sit next to? 3, 2, 1.
Kobe.
Really? I said Steve.
You did.
I said it very quietly, though.
You did, yeah.
Okay, Steve Harvey, 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1,
8.
8. That gives him 16. Kobe Bryant, 3, 2, 1,
9.
8. Kobe edges out Steve Harvey. Charlie Brown or Steve Jobs, 3, 2, 1.
Steve Jobs.
And we're going to have to summon the spirits for this final round or go back in time.
Yep.
Kobe Bryant or Steve Jobs, who would you rather sit down and have a conversation with at the barbershop whilst getting your head shaved? 3, 2, 1. Kobe
Steve
Bryant.
Jobs.
Really? I think Steve Jobs would be a lot like Michael Jordan.
Probably would.
I think he'd be a jerk.
Probably would. Probably would. In my heart, I wish that that's not the case, though.
Yeah,
I mean, I would just love to.
I would love to sit down and just meet him and talk to him and ask questions and hear him go, you know what? I take that back. When he's talking about him and what he's done, I'm sure he's going to be very open and accepting. I'm going to switch to Steve Jobs now that I put into it in that perspective. Steve Jobs, congratulations. Where is the train? There it is. You couldn't tell. we owe a lot to Steve Jobs.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I was at Walmart earlier today, and you have AirPods, don't you?
Yep.
And I was walking through Walmart, and there was this Walmart employee who had the most obvious pair of knockoff AirPods I've ever seen. The little stems went down about 2.5 inches from her ear. Like it was this long at least. And I'm like, bless your heart. You're trying, but I hope you know they're knockoffs. That's what I just hope. I just hope she knows they're knockoffs. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, since both of the guys that we listed there are passed away.
Yes.
Which living person off of our list would you choose?
Off of our list, Steve
Yeah.
Harvey. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, take Steve Harvey.
Yep. I agree.
Steve Harvey. All right, we have a decision to make, though, on top of that one.
It may be the best thing today, but is it the best thing of all time? It's time for the best thing battle.
All righty. It's been a minute since we've been in your ears and on your lines. So you may have forgotten what our previous bestie or previous champion is. We did the Reese's episode which you need to go back and watch and listen to if you haven't yet, because we said during that episode we spent some money on that one, so we really needed to be successful.
Yeah.
So and I thought it was pretty good, if I do say so myself. I've heard a lot of people say they've enjoyed that one.
Good.
They said y'all seem very natural, and it was very good. So I appreciate that feedback. But go watch it, go listen to it if you haven't already. But we made an exception to that champion, and so the winner of that episode was the Reese's popcorn mixed in with the Reese's Pieces.
It was a mashup.
It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I finished off that popcorn. About a week and a half later. So we have a decision to make. Would you rather meet Steve Jobs and sit down and have a haircut with him, or have Reese's popcorn mixed with Reese's Pieces? Which one of these would you rather? Which is the better thing? Which is the best thing? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Steve Jobs. Congratulations.
Yep.
I would have felt bad if either one of us would have said Reese. I was tempted. I really thought Reese's would go further, but meeting Steve Jobs, I mean, come on.
Yep.
You got to put that on there.
You got to put him there.
All right. You got anything else? I really, when we got done with actors, I thought this is going to be a 2.5 hour. I really thought about pulling the cord and saying, let's make this a multiple part. But we pulled up pretty good. You got anything else? Any other words of wisdom?
You know what you call a barber for bald people?
Oh, boy.
An air stylist.
Oh, you got more, don't you? You got more. Come on. We're going to post this on National Be Bald and Free Day.
All right.
Here's Here's some encouragement for all the bald folk out there.
What did the bald man say when he got a comb for his birthday?
I don't know.
Thanks, I'll never part with it.
Oh, my God.
What did the hair say to the bald head?
I don't know.
You grow on me. Oh wait, never mind.
Oh.
Why did the bald man buy a convertible? This one's stupid.
What?
To feel the wind in his scalp.
That's so bad.
How can you spot a bald guy at a concert? He's the one getting a sunburn from the stage lights.
I was going to say reflection. Oh, my gosh.
And what's the best part about being bald? You save a fortune on shampoo.
Please tell me this was all Chat GPT.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm asking it.
AI does not. AI does a lot of stuff.
It is
does
not funny.
Not have a sense of humor though.
And here was its last one. How does a bald man go to sleep?
Oh no.
He hits the sack. Why? What is? I don't get it. Can you? Am I missing something?
I don't.
Isn't that what everybody does?
I have no idea why that's funny.
It's so
Sorry.
stupid.
Why it's supposed to be funny. It's the sack. That makes no sense.
None whatsoever.
Oh, we need to do a whole episode of just AI jokes.
Oh yeah,
That would be great. Okay. I got nothing else.
neither do I.
We're going to have to expound on what you just showed me. Okay. For the best things, I am Craig.
I'm Aaron.
We'll talk at you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Best Things Podcast. If you liked today's episode, subscribe and leave us a review wherever you're listening now. And remember, connect with us on the socials at Best Things Pod, and you may hear your take on an upcoming episode.